So Sean, our in-house staging and styling expert, uh, what are you doing differently, or what are the trends with styling and staging in the COVID era?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily changed with styling and staging during the COVID era. I mean, I think we were always following sort of particular guidelines, and those guidelines really adhere to, the possible COVID guidelines. So I don't think any of that has changed. But I think with staging, you start with, uh, my goal is to inspire the potential buyer to see how they can best live in this home. And I think I want someone to come into the home and feel inspired to be there and feel inspired to live there. And there's nothing greater than coming back to a place that inspires you. So my number one goal is to make a place feel inspired when a potential buyer enters. So that's what I work with, and that hasn't changed because of COVID.
That sounds great, and I really like the idea of inspiration because and I joke that often that we're not just selling real estate, we're selling the lifestyle that comes with purchasing the property. And for all those sellers out there that are just thinking I can take a few snapshots and throw it on the market, or I've got the furniture out and it's empty. What do you have to say for that, Sean?
Well, I say what I think we do as a team that's possibly slightly different than just photographing the apartment or the space is that we also photograph moments. And a moment is something sort of that you see in a catalog, something that inspires you. Well, perhaps this is a place where you can sit and have a coffee during the day, or this is the view that you would have perhaps looking through a certain window. So what we do is we not only photograph the space itself, but we photograph moments that are very inspirational moments, sort of to inspire you. Oh, I can do this with this particular space. Perhaps it's something that you haven't thought of before.
Okay, but what about sellers that have empty apartments? What's your advice to them? Or people can see past my clutter in the living room. I don't want to go through my tax returns. I'll just have it a pile in the corner. What's
Well,
your
well,
what's
well,
your advice for them?
Well, while buyers are very savvy, they are also very limited with seeing through clutter or seeing an empty space. So, in order for a place to sell, an empty apartment rarely sells faster than a staged apartment, and a cluttered apartment rarely sells faster than a decluttered apartment. So, my advice is to declutter the space, style the space, and if it's empty, certainly consider staging the space.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, and I agree with that, Sean. So, and just as a note, it'd be great if you use us, but talk to your broker now. If your space is empty, by all means, try to have it staged. It also gives a sense of scale. Oftentimes, empty rooms look smaller, right, Sean?
Correct. I mean, certainly having a furnished apartment gives you an idea of what the space can fit. I mean, most people come in and they says, well, can this fit a size bed? Well, if you have a queen size bed there, then the question is, oh, perhaps this can fit a king size. So that, you want to have the space. It's great to have a space furnished for that reason and for other reasons as well, but specifically for sizing and to see what a space can fit.